Analysts say that when the G20 summit kicks off in New Delhi Saturday, the absence of China's leader Xi Jinping is likely to overshadow efforts to address pressing global issues such as climate change and Russia's war in Ukraine.
I thought, you probably won't agree, but that he was at pains to, over the G20, to explain how it could have been a success when, speaking of Ukraine, Russia is not mentioned in the statement. On climate issues, it's way under par of what was expected. There wasn't the Chinese president present in India, and so my question is, do you still think it was a success or a missed opportunity?
We absolutely believe it was a success. I will just say with respect, let's take a minute. First, with respect to the statement, the G20 is a big organization. Russia is a member of the G20. China is a member of the G20. There are members that have a diverse range of views. We believe the fact that that organization was able to issue a statement that calls for respecting the territorial integrity and sovereignty and saying that those principles should not be violated is an extremely important statement, because that is exactly what is at heart of Russia's full invasion of Ukraine. It is those very questions. So we thought that was an incredibly important statement for them to make. You also saw important announcements made at the G20 about new economic arrangements between Saudi Arabia and India that the United States was a part of. And I will say, with respect to President Xi not attending, I'm not going to speak to whether President Xi should have attended or should not have attended. I will say we found it incredibly productive for President Biden and Secretary Blinken to be there engaging directly with their counterparts. As I said in response to a question a moment ago, there is no substitute for that, and we found it incredibly productive for the interests of the United States to be able to have those conversations and advance them, as the White House made public over the weekend. In addition to the sessions, the president had a number of pull-asides with leaders of other countries where we were actively advancing the foreign policy priorities of the United States, including engaging on the war in Ukraine. Yeah.
The Kingdom of Saudi Arabia and the United States formalized an agreement through a Memorandum of Understanding, MOU, to work towards the creation of intercontinental green transit corridors within Saudi Arabian borders. This initiative aims to facilitate environment-friendly connections between the continents of Asia and Europe.
India, Middle East, Europe economic corridor that we believe will usher in a new era of connectivity from Europe to Asia that will stimulate economic growth, economic development across the two continents, as well as cooperation on energy and digital connectivity. The Memorandum of Understanding is among the United States, India, Saudi Arabia, the UAE, EU, and other G20 partners to explore a shipping and rail transportation corridor that will enable the flow of commerce, energy, and data from India, the Middle East, and Europe. And I will just say, like the Lobito corridor we are announcing in Southern and Central Africa, it will be a clear demonstration of a new model that President Biden has pioneered for more transparent and sustainable infrastructure investments around the world. And we think it will deliver significant economic benefits both to the countries that are direct participants and to the region at large.
Is it a part of the...
Can I just ask you one thing on the this MOU that was signed at the G20? What actually does it change? Is it not, right now not possible for ships to go from India to Saudi Arabia?
It is possible. We believe it will explore that the creation of a new shipping and rail transportation corridor, shipping and rail.
Okay, where's the rail part?
Will enable.
What's the new?
So the
rail
memorandum.
part?
This is the signing of a memorandum of understanding that is going to lead to the full implementation of this corridor. I don't think I can speak to details before they have been fully established.
So right now, container ships can go from India to Saudi Arabia.
Correct.
And vice versa.
Correct.
Right. And those goods can be transported up the peninsula.
And there will be a new rail and shipping transportation corridor established with
and
significant.
And then they go into the UAE, and then they go into Jordan, and then into Israel, and then where do they go?
I'm going to say, with respect to this agreement. This is the signing of a memorandum of understanding
I'd like
that
to
will
know
be
what the
fleshed
rail
out with
part of this
further
is.
details, and those details will be coming in further months as they are fully implemented with the countries who signed onto the MOU.
Okay, so
Thank you for joining us today. Until next time, keep exploring, keep connecting, and keep spreading love across borders. Take care.